And welcome back to the swamp, everybody. This is the Ogre in the Ass podcast. Eric, how you doing today, bro?
Pretty gay-tastic. How about you?
What?
What?
Speak into the microphone. I can't hear you.
What's up? I'm sorry about that.
I was like, why am I barely hearing him?
Actually, I thought the same thing. Who ate my lollipop? At one of them moments.
This is why we can't have nice things. You know that? That's right. We can't have nice things.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Well, hey, so we had a suggestion this week. Did you catch on to it?
I did actually.
In our DMs.
Yeah.
Like I said, it always happens in the DMs. No, so someone asked us to go over our thoughts of cultural appropriation. Right? Did I get that right?
Yeah,
Appropriation?
you got it right. Yeah.
Okay.
Can we do a quick shout out to him or no?
Later on. How about this? Like, let's get their okay first. I ain't gonna, because it's like, I don't know, maybe we'd make them famous. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, right?
Or maybe they'd go to him like, what the hell is this? You think you can do? So I'll ask them later. Anyway, so Eric, describe for me, what is a cultural appreciation? I'm a 5-year-old.
Give me
okay?
appropriation, right?
Appropriation? What did I say? Appreciation?
Appreciation. Which is the good thing.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to appreciate all the cultures. We got to. But Eric, what is cultural appropriation?
Basically, it's when, I want to say, a white person dresses up as something culturally it's not technically, I guess, theirs. Like when a white person gets dreads, like Rastafarian dreads, not Viking dreads, Rastafarian style. Or when a white dude has Polynesian tattoos.
Oh, that's a big one around here.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big one around here.
And in my opinion, it's all just nonsense. Let the white people, dress up like they want to dress up. As long as it looks good, it's not done tackily. That's all I'm saying. If you're gonna be a white guy pretending to be black, I want a nice fat fro. All right.
You know what's funny? Just saying this, and I don't care if I catch heat for it, because it's been said to me by several people. I've had people go like, Thomas, you're like an old black lady in a white man's body. I'm like, what what do you mean? What is that supposed to mean? I can't. What? I don't know. So does that count? Or
I like that. That's good energy. I
mean, it is good energy. It means we don't put up with bullshit.
Exactly.
Just like your grandma used to snatch your ass up, whoop your ass. That's right. What I like.
And she has some big arms on her. Snatch me up real quick.
Come here, little boy. Hey, what she used to say to you, she'd snatch you with the arm like, little boy, we are not equals.
Right, we are not equals.
Hey, do that to your kids one time. Watch how fast you scare them. Grab another, yay! We are not equals. I love that energy. I truly do.
I do miss the 90s. Oh, man.
Back when you could hit a kid?
Hell
no,
yeah.
I'm just joking. We ain't going to go back to that topic. So cultural appropriation, it's when someone of a different culture, I guess, tries to really bring in like aspects of another culture, right? Like you said, like a white guy. I love how you always use white people. We're the only ones who get hit with it, though.
Yeah, I catch all the heat.
We just going to say that, too. Like,
yeah. But for the record, when a black guy, has like Asian tattoos on him, none's the word.
Nothing said?
Nothing.
When a black guy like loves Star Wars.
I know.
Like, come on now. When you think of a Star Wars nerd, you think of some fat white dude in his mom's basement.
Mm-hmm. Playing D&D all night day.
Damn straight. Hey, I feel attacked now. Okay. I just don't live in my mom's basement. But yeah, so cultural appropriation. Okay. I think you can take it too far. I do. I think so.
What do you mean, though?
Okay, I am not someone who particularly cares. Like, if a white dude gets dreads, I don't care what kind of dreads. Not the Viking. I don't even know the difference. I don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. Do it. Get the Rastafarian dreads. Like, why does it matter to you? Like, okay, one thing. So I play rugby. I've been around tons of Polynesians. And there was a moment I was like, yeah, I've thought about just getting like a quick like armband as a tattoo, right? Just a poly armband. None of them said, oh, that's weird. None of them ever said, I think you were even there for a couple of the conversations.
Yeah.
None of them said, like, you shouldn't do that. That's not your culture.
And that's the truth, too. It's always like white people who care about cultural appropriation.
Thank you. You jumped the gun. You beat me to it. It's only white people who fight for other cultures in the dumbest ways possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like oh my gosh, there was a list going around. I don't care. I'll catch the flack for it. People being like, hey, you need to leave. Like they wanted segregation. That's exactly what it was. It was segregation. Like, no, you don't get to enjoy these things of the culture. I was like, what? Are we taking this back to the 50s for a society now that demands racial justice and cultural justice and equality? You're now trying to separate us again. Yeah, white people shouldn't be allowed to cook Mexican food. You kidding me? You put a burrito in front of me, I'm tearing it up.
Right?
I'm tearing it up.
Now, like I said, it goes back to if it's good or not. But overall, I'm not going to judge it by, based off who's cooking it. As long as it tastes good.
That's the way I look at it too. Like, you mad at someone with dreads because you can't grow dreads. Maybe that's it. Maybe you grow dreads. So that's my take. Can you take it too far? Of course you can, because a part of cultural appropriation is when, like, okay, you think you can act or like have these moments of a different culture. Okay, fine, whatever. But it's like a white person, me, is like, oh, I live with a black dude, so I get to say the magic word.
Well, what do you mean? I'll say it with you. What do you mean?
I'm not doing this. It's a trap. Oh, good. I brought it back to Star Wars. All right, good. I'm white again.
Off topic.
But that's it, right? When people think they can get away with saying or doing things, which is too far.
I think it's also too far when you have. I know a few years ago there was this white chick who dyed her body black.
Oh,
yeah, I forgot her name, but she's super black now.
Yeah,
but she's originally white. You can't do that. That's taking it too far.
Yeah, right. Oh, I hate that stuff. Like, no, it's like, yeah, no. I feel like I identify with a black person. What? I've had, okay. Another example right here. And this is not to brag of myself. There's this is Provo, Utah. We got 5 black people here. Okay. Mm-hmm. I had 2 in the last 3 months come up to me. 2 different people of color come up to me. And they're like, Thomas, are you mixed? I look at them like, do I look mixed? What part of me looks like? And you know what's funny? The funniest thing about it wasn't skin color. They said, it's your beard. Oh. My beard?
It's curly, right?
I don't know. I guess it's nappy. Yeah, I don't know. Or it can be nappy. It's not nappy because I comb this stuff out. I'll fight you if you get in front of my beard. But that being said, I'm like, what? But they were 2 black people and they said that. And I was like, okay. I don't want to take that. But anyway, kind of taking this back, it can definitely go too far. You can get insulting with it. But I think doing something simple as you get tattoos of another culture. Who cares? To them, it's you're proud of a culture.
Yeah.
That's fine. What's wrong with that? I don't know. White people here, we don't really got much culture. We nerds.
If y'all just do a blanket statement of just white, then there's no culture there. But if you say Scottish, Anglo-Saxon, Scandinavian,
I'll say that
there's
too.
way more culture.
I'll say that too. You even said yourself, you've wanted to get some Gaelic tattoos, wasn't it?
Either Gaelic or Celtic or Celtic, Greece.
Greek, some Greek stuff, and get those designs. And I didn't see her Eric. I don't know who the hell you think you are. I don't know if you've seen your skin lately. It's a little far away from Gaelic or Greek.
Right, you're not exactly olive-skinned, Mediterranean looking, all right? Or pasty white.
No one does that. Who cares? Just don't tattoo someone's name on you. That's different. That's for other reasons. Yeah. No, cultural appropriation definitely can go too far. But if you are such an SJW, you have dreaded hair, or you cook Mexican food, shut up.
Right.
Shut up. I don't care. I'll die on that hill.
And the funny thing is too, this is the melting pot of the world. I could, maybe you can make the argument for if someone was in South America or South Africa. Let's say a person comes in, they try and take over the Swahili style of living, and they try and bring in their own culture. The Swahili are gonna kick back. Exactly, they're gonna kick back and say no, we don't want that. But when you come to America, nobody cares if you want to mix cultures because this is already a mixed melting pot of people.
Well, so what I think is
so enjoy it.
I think is great is as you and I we've gotten to know lots of people. We've gone to different parts of the country and been involved in different cultures. I lived on the Navajo reservation.
Yeah.
And I was warmly welcomed into their culture. I was given a Navajo name, which is lightweight, insulting name, but it was still funny. I loved it still. People love it when you embrace their culture properly. Right. And so when you're doing it, going back to the tattoos thing, because I think that just bites me in the ass the most because that bugs me. What you're telling someone they can't put on their body. But it's that's their way of showing appreciation for that culture. That's how they show their love and how they want, maybe there's even a sense of belonging there. Regardless of what you, where you come from, I think there's cultures we all fit in better. I run with polys really well. That's just part of who I've been. You play rugby, you fit in. Right, and you have the certain attitude about you. We love mixing, drinking kava. Hey, right out there, by the way.
We overdue.
We are overdue for some kava. We still got to mix on one of these episodes. But that's just it. And it's fine. It doesn't mean like I don't go around saying like, yeah, that's right, I'm Tongan. I don't do that. That is bad. You shouldn't do that. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. So we do know someone here, and I'm not gonna out their name on here, but we know someone here who goes around telling people that they are Hawaiian. They are not.
I think I know that person.
We're not gonna say the name, but they do it because they run deep with polys.
Yeah.
And it was funny. I didn't know at first until someone went to me and was like, dude, no, he's not from the islands. He has no family heritage from the islands. He's like South American.
He's kind of little too.
But because of like, you know, he enjoys the culture. He has a ton of poly friends. Like he calls himself Hawaiian. And they kind of let him do it. They're like, okay, like they just don't talk about it. But if he ever gets out of pocket, then they bring it up like, don't act like one of us.
Know your place now.
Yeah, it's like get checked. Like it's just like if I go to a family barbecue with you, like it's one of those things of like I'm welcome there. But if I get out of hand and out of pocket, then like watch your mouth now. Like
you are with us, but you're not with us.
Right, exactly. Like there's limits, there's lines, and you got to find them. But don't be so deep. Like don't take it that deep. If like if a white dude wants waves. Like he starts wearing a wave cap. I think it's a little ridiculous.
That's called Sean King. Y'all don't know who he is? Google him.
In my case, like I don't, whatever, like wear it. I'm not gonna stop you. I think you look ridiculous, but I just think they look ridiculous anyway. I don't know, Eric. You take it away. I'm talking too much. Because I got that line. The line there. I don't feel like it's that hard to see, but people make it hard.
Yeah, no. I remember it was in the Mission and also. And I want to say in Utah, there was a couple of times where people thought I was Fijian because I'm tall and lanky, and I have the same kind of hairstyle as a Fijian person. It's like, no, I'm just Black American. That's it. And I remember in the Mission years ago in Tennessee, there was a Polynesian missionary with me. His name was Aho Kava. He was funny because he was a shorter, Tongan dude from New Zealand, and a lot of people.
Dude from New Zealand. He's Maori.
Oh no, he actually is Tongan.
He's Tongan.
Yeah, he's actually Tongan.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember. He told me like a lot of people in the South thought he was Mexican. I was like, yeah, I can see that. He's short and kind of stocky, looking. He's not super tall for a Tongan dude, and so it's just funny. That's all how that works out. But yeah, no, I was just. What are you gonna say?
Well, it was something that came to mind because you're talking about looks, right?
Yeah.
And looks is like okay, like that happens. I don't think that's racist. If someone's like, oh, are you Fijians? Like no, like. They're just coming from a place of wondering, like, oh, like that's really cool. Like they're just asking. I don't think that's rude.
Oh yeah.
And one thing too,
we're very sensitive in this day and age about that.
Oh boy, let's not get into the sensitivity. Anyway, we're not going to get into it. But here's the next thing now. Dressing up. Let's talk about Halloween. Native American dress. Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I asked that question. Personally, on the reservation, how do you feel about it? There are interviews of people going to reservations and asking about it. And the normal common consensus that I got and that I've seen is as long it is not taken to be offensive, it's fine. Right? Like people don't care. Like they're showing our culture. Like it's keeping it alive. But when it turns into like a slutty outfit, and I don't care what people think about the word slut, slutty outfit.
Like a very attractive Pocahontas.
Yeah. I don't mean like you look good enough. I mean like you go out of your way to have like a V-neck, like all the way down to your belly button with like the feather in the back of the head. I'm like, hey, that is bad.
Yeah,
it is, and it's you're not doing it for a cultural reason. You're not doing it for like any sort of appreciation. You're doing it because you just want to make yourself look good. And I'm all for like hyping yourself up. Like definitely go out, show off. If you've worked hard for a good looking body, show it off, but don't drag down a culture with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will be, and we can be straight across the board with that if we draw a line in the sand. Because let's say like a sexy nun.
What?
That's a thing. Okay, I gotta. It sounds bad because it's gonna sound now contrary to what I said about the Indian attire, but there was a photo that went around Instagram, and I bet everyone has seen it by this point. But it was of a dude dressed as a priest and a woman, his girlfriend, dressed as a nun. They were both good-looking people. So she's dressed as a nun, and their caption says, "She usually calls me daddy, but tonight she'll call me father." And he's dressed as a priest. I was like, oh, that's amazing.
Oh, that's funny.
So even though I laughed at it, it was like, you can consider that a cultural appropriation and something that you shouldn't do. But it's hard to when it's funny. I will say that. No, granted, they didn't make it into like a slutty outfit. It was like just a...
Well,
go ahead.
I'm going to say, well, at that point, that's just, that's comedy, and I feel like comedy skirts that line between what's appropriate and
It
what's not.
can if it's done right.
Exactly. And I feel like from what you described, that was pretty clever, actually.
It was. It didn't receive hate from what I saw. And if it did, it was by the normal people who have nothing better to do but hate.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and they didn't make the outfit out to look bad. They made a funny comment about it. But in retrospect, if I am also to keep up with what I said about like doing it right, like, as far as representing the culture correctly, then like, yeah, you probably shouldn't do that stuff. But I'm not going to sit here and say, don't do it. Like, I won't do that. I don't have that kind of power, nor do I care enough. I don't care enough about it. I'm like, the internet will come after you accordingly. That's what I believe.
They always do.
And where I think there are SJWs who definitely take it too far, and I'll definitely fight against that. I was like, chill out. Like, chill out. Like, they didn't mean it offensively. You just you chose to take it offensively.
Yeah.
Especially when it's not your culture. Again, it's the white people who take that and take up the arms.
Always.
Hey, what are you saying? Okay.
I'm just saying.
We'll say a little less.
No, you good though. Y'all good. You straight. But your other kinfolk out there,
My kinfolk. You acting like I'm related to them. Thankfully, I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't have SJWs in my family, I believe. Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, I know, right? It'd be quite the awkward Thanksgiving.
It would be. I already know, like, there are definitely different viewpoints. I'm not going to get into that. There's different viewpoints that if they got out of hand at a family reunion, it would ruin the party.
I kind of want to be there for that.
That's the most awkward thing is when you're at someone else's family feud.
It ain't my first time.
No. Oh, yeah, that's right. We've been at a couple together. Holy cow. I just thought about that.
Shoot. It's getting heated.
Dude, but yeah, like, so cultural appropriation, is it a thing? It can be. I think it is. Like, you can definitely be offensive with it. But it also comes like, where are you coming from? Like, if I see a little kid, and I mean like a 10-year-old kid dressed up as an Indian or dressed up, I don't know, what else is there? Like a priest or something. Like, I don't think they're trying to be like, oh, screw the Indians. Like, I don't think that. They're just like, hey, I like this outfit. And it seems fun. It seems like...
And you only dress up for things you like. That's why there's literally, as far as I can tell, there's never been like a mass... I guess, grouping of doctors,
Hey, you know what?
Or lawyers, but there's always Native Americans, cowboys, and all the other nonsense.
Oh, but here's something you don't see them come to terms about. Sexy nurses.
Oh, yeah.
You see a slutty nurse walking around during Halloween.
Yep.
No one says, that's depreciating nurses everywhere. That's degrading nurses everywhere. Right. No one says that.
It's more like,
I've never heard
my temperature. That's all they want to say. I'm a little down with the fever. You know what I'm saying?
Got me feeling a little hot. No, that's right. So they're just picking and choosing of what's cultural appropriation or not.
Yeah, that's one thing about me. I like consistency.
Be consistent.
Yeah. Like, I will always harp on that. Whether it's online or in person with somebody, just be consistent.
Yeah, be consistent. Okay, but also be rational.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Where is this coming from?
Yeah.
If it is a place of trying to make fun of a culture, hey, you deserve the licks you get on the internet. I ain't going to protect you. But if you're just dressing up, like, you're like, hey, I like this outfit, it's fun, and like maybe you do have some sort of history, like living on a reservation. I'll never dress up. I don't dress up anyway. But I'm just saying, like, if someone did, I'm like, did they get it right? Like, are they trying? Is it appropriate?
Yeah.
How about you go to the actual culture they're offending? Do they care? Oh, if they don't care, shut up.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it. Like, oh, if they don't care, then don't care with them.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. To me, I'm just like, people look for fights on the internet because everyone's a keyboard warrior now. Everyone's brave behind a screen.
I know.
I got into so I don't get into all that, like, hooting and hollering too often, especially like keyboard. Like, typing is stupid. If you get in arguments with people typing, like, you're an idiot. That is the dumbest thing. I hate that. I hate when I've seen family members do it. I'm like, shut up. Just stop. What do you think is going to happen? You think you're going to change their mind? You're just ruining. You're wasting your own time.
That's why I always just shit post. At this point, I'm like, this shit post. Who cares?
Let them be mad about it. I ain't gonna be mad. I'm gonna laugh seeing you get mad. Okay, but when like a Zoom call recently went bad, and so with stuff like that, like people hooting, hollering, and yelling, like, I'm just like, no, just stop hooting, hollering, and meet up in person now. Don't be about that. Meet in person. I want to see the same energy.
But
exact same.
Well, no, but I actually really agree with that when it comes to it, because I like shit posting. I also like being confrontational in person, just because it's enjoyable to see where your heart's at.
Keep it up. Like,
keep the energy going.
That's what I respect the most out of an SJW is if they're like, screw you. I'm like, okay, see if you got that same energy in person. If they do and they bring the same energy in person, I'm like, okay,
all right. I
mean, we're still gonna have our issues, but yeah, like, we're still gonna deal with it. But no, and I can appreciate that. Like, I can, honestly, I can appreciate consistency. after the keyboard, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
once you get through the keyboard and you're now in person, they still keep it up. Hey, more power to you. Doesn't mean you're immune to the work, but more power to you.
Exactly. But I was going to say, back to our point about consistency when it comes to, the whole entire cultural appropriation. It's just, I think people take it to a religious point. It's like a religious zeal with them. There's no room for rational thought. It's, you can't wear this costume because of insert reasons. And again, it's unhealthy at that point for you to take it that seriously.
Yep. Oh, okay. Here's something else I was thinking about, man. So cultural appropriation, if you want to draw a line in the sand with it, go after everything that's been whitewashed then, right? I don't see no protests at Taco Bell
right.
or at Panda Express. I don't see nothing there. I don't see that there. Where's the cultural appropriation? You better baseball? Go march. Baseball, right there.
That's been very whitewashed. Well, when I say that, I mean, obviously, white people founded the sport. That's the American pastime.
Oh, but it evolved from cricket.
Yeah. But now everybody does it from South America to, Cuba.
Oh, and Dominican Republic kills it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, I'm just saying, be consistent, That means, too, we can't go around using, what do you call that? What was it, typewriters? The Van Gogh? Not Van Gogh. What? The Gutenberg.
Oh, the Gutenberg typewriter?
Yeah, exactly. We can't. We can't use that either. I'm just saying, be consistent. You want to be technical.
That's the thing. But it's people who want to push like their own agenda. But the thing is too, is like, you're almost pushing like segregation, like chill out. Yeah. If someone's getting disrespectful with it, we can all tell. We all can see it. And people will speak up and say something. That's the beauty of the internet. Like sometimes it goes way too far.
They speak up too damn much.
The internet is definitely evil in its own ways. But in moments it gets it right too.
Oh yeah.
Definitely the moments it gets it right. Go after people who are being shitty.
Oh yeah. For example, when the internet went after, a portion of the internet, not the whole internet, but a portion of the internet went after that one chick who I mentioned, who went from white to black, and Sean King.
Oh yeah.
Who claimed to be black. I'm still waiting for the receipts, but I'm just saying that's when it does right. All right. Mm-hmm. Call out the BS and be consistent.
Yeah, and especially you're gonna call yourself black. It's like, okay, just show your genealogy.
Right.
Let me see some family pictures.
And you from Kentucky too, looking uber white.
I don't know. There's only so much we can talk on this because I feel like the line isn't hard to see.
Yes.
You know what line is like there it is to cross. Like when someone's being disrespectful. But don't go around picking fights because then to me I'm like, are you trying to push like segregation in a sense? Like people will. Like I'm telling you, when I saw that list, it was like 2011. It was going around just like white people shouldn't be allowed to do this. By the way, I loved how it just said white people. That was it. They wouldn't attack anyone else.
Yeah.
Okay, but white people shouldn't be allowed to do this. And it was damn near even cooking. Like you can't even cook Mexican food. And I'm like, what? Like, shut up. Go get a life. Like, if this is what you're fighting. Listen, if you're listening to me right now and you're getting heated over what I'm saying right now, like that dude, he eats Mexican food. Get bent. Like, honestly, go get bent. Like, I don't care about you.
Or
like,
the ones,
shut up.
or the ones
I don't
who
care about your feelings.
Or the ones who say you can't speak on this because of your skin color. It's like, oh, go on now.
But then they'll call you all sorts of names too, like because you're black. But then they'll call you all sorts of names. What have you been called?
Let's see, Coon, Sellout, Uncle Tom, Sambo. Uncle Ruckus. I like Uncle Ruckus though. I'll keep that.
Anyone who doesn't know Uncle Ruckus, please go watch Boondocks. It will also educate you on the black culture.
Right. Praise him.
Don't watch the Martin Luther King episode though. That one did not do it justice. Even they took flack for that.
Oh yeah.
They took major flack for that.
But the creator, Aaron Magruder, he stayed consistent with his messages. He attacked black people and BET. That's what I respect about Aaron Magruder. He did not care. Right. And BET was the one that put him on at first. Before he went to Adult Swim, he was on BET. And he made fun of them while he was on their network.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So I like the energy.
Anyway, but yeah, like there's only so much we can go into this, man. Like to me, I'm a broken record with it. You can tell if someone is being rude. You can tell if someone is doing this out of malicious intent, or they're just trying to do it to boast of themselves and not of the culture. Like, again, you get the slutty outfit or whatever it is. And I'm not just trying. I hope that doesn't just mean towards women. I can't think of one in my head, but like if guys do that too, like go after them. Like I don't care. Like what are you doing that stuff?
Yeah, like sexy police officer, stop that. With that big old baton in your pocket. Come to my place. We'll talk about it. Get out of here.
Stop it. I'm not gonna. There was a post I saw. I was like, to all you women who. This is not my point of view. Not my point of view. I'm just saying this. So it was a quote that went around. And maybe people are like, are you laughing at it? It counts. I don't care. But it was like, to all you women who keep yourself in high standards and are above, not sleeping with someone on the first date and not selling out your body short. He's like, more power to you. The rest of you women, come with me.
Yeah, that was a good meme. That was a good one.
I loved it because it empowered the strong ones and then said, and the rest of you who don't believe in that, come with me. I should say, like, yeah.
You know,
people are going to say we're sexist after this. I know, or at least me. I know. I
could be sexist. Oh, yeah. But it's like a healthy sexist.
But the thing is, too, is like we'll equally go after dudes. Like, I was making fun of dudes on the last one. Absolutely. The last podcast.
Everyone deserves critiques.
Oh, everyone does. We do. Everyone does. Oh,
I'm my worst critic.
Let me tell you something that was cold-blooded, though. I had someone, they just saw the podcast, like, oh, man, Thomas, like we love the podcast. I was like, hey, thanks, man. He's like, yeah, that camera don't do you justice, though. I said that. I was like, what you talking about? I was like, oh, yeah, you look fat on camera. And then they burnt me, too. They burnt me. Well, don't get me wrong. Like, you look fat in person, too, but... I was like, damn.
But now from all angles.
He's like, but the camera adds too much. Like it's, and what is it? Like, there's a funny joke from Friends. Like when someone said, yeah, the camera adds 10 pounds. Yeah, well, how many cameras are pointing at you? And in this case, we got 2.
Oh, that's true. That's funny.
See, but you got to be able to laugh at yourself and not take yourself too seriously.
Oh, yeah.
You can't take yourself too seriously. Who cares?
You got to enjoy that stuff. It's funny.
Oh, dear. Absolutely. Eric, give me your final thoughts. Cultural appropriation. I just want to hear it. What is your all-around consensus?
That we all think that it's a good idea.
Right? I think that we all think they had the right intentions.
Exactly. But no, I'll be quick. Basically, I think that going forward, white people shouldn't try so hard to support groups that they don't know much about in terms of what they think about cultural appropriation. Just relax and enjoy the costume and the culture. We're all about sharing cultures here and ideas. So let's actually practice what we preach. That's it.
How about we just stop telling people what to do?
That too. Yeah.
Just stop telling people what to do. Unless it's, again, rude, provocative in some sort of way. Then I'm like, okay, like you deserve the licks you're getting. But stop telling people what to do.
Yeah.
That's just where I'm at with it. You don't control someone's life. You don't control someone's body. I know that could open up a whole sort of different avenues of conversation. Don't you dare. We're not having those conversations right now. But in the end of it, like, stop trying to tell people what to do.
Yeah.
You know, someone could be like, Thomas, what you do on that podcast is just disrespectful to ogres everywhere. Yeah, so anyway, well, guys, we hope you like this podcast here. We will always take your ideas of what you want us to talk about, our thoughts on cultural appropriation. Stop telling people what to do, but don't be disrespectful towards the culture. Go get the tattoo. No one gives a shit.
Yeah.
If you're a slutty nurse or a police officer, come talk to Eric. And really, that's my thoughts on this. So anyway, guys, thanks again for logging in and watching us. We are on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and YouTube. Please feel free to subscribe and hit that like button. But like always, and until next time, stay the hell out of our swamp.